All right, Panther Lair, let's talk about Bub Carrington's performance this past Saturday in the Pittsburgh Panthers' victory over the Boston College Eagles on the road. Now, you probably think that I'm going to talk about his career-high 27 points and 7 3-pointers. However, I want to go a different direction and talk about his defense because while I'm sure that the 18 NBA scouts that were in the building came away very impressed with his shot-making ability as well as his, upside as a playmaker, they should have also noted how committed he is on the defensive end of the floor. And for one of the youngest players in all of Division I basketball, I think this gives him an extremely high floor as an NBA prospect. So let's look at 3 sequences here. Going to break them down. This first one also highlights how well Ishmael Leggett and Jalen Lowe have been. So in general, the guards were just really, really good on the perimeter, not losing the point of attack, on-ball, off-ball, screen navigation, contesting shots, the whole package. Really want to focus in here on Bub, but wanted to give those guys a shout-out as well. So we're going to play this out. So you see the off-ball screen nav is going to be good. Bub consistently gets skinny. He's usually pretty connected, trailing his man. He's going to work around this DHO. And you're going to see also Leggett's just going to kind of take a little step in here to curb any type of dribble penetration, although Guillermo is in a really good position here to defend this ball handler. Bub in a really good trailing position, and he is going to get back in front here. Again, Leggett, good job just getting in a stance because kind of a little bit of a step there to give the ball handler second thoughts on driving the basketball. Now, see here, as this develops. Now, Bub is going to just kind of linger in here again to curtail dribble penetration through the middle if this ends up being like not a pass into Quinton Post. And I just think that's the really good instincts he has, is he's going to stay between his man and the ball, but he's not going to commit to the point where Zachary can just dive right through the middle of the paint here. So he just kind of lingers, understands where the ball is, still understands where his man is. Now here, he does fight over this screen, but they end up just switching here. So he kind of gets screened here a little bit, honestly, but he gets skinny, fights over. They just switch. So they just communicate here, switch, instinctively understand they're going to switch here. I'm not sure if there was a lot of verbal communication, but it certainly plays out that way. Bub, good. Again, he understands, hey, my assignment here is going to defend against middle penetration, so I'm not just going to be stuck here to Madsen. And then you're just going to see how well Bub holds up at the point of attack and how well he can recover and contest. Just always in control. I mean, this is a great contest here. This ends up, I think, is either grazes the rim or it's just a complete air ball. So, Bub just really good defensively here. Again, the off-ball screen nav. He's going to meet his man here pretty much on the catch in a defensive stance. Also, again, I wanted to highlight these guys a little bit. Lowe just did a much better job with his screen nav. He's pretty good in general, but I thought him and Leggett did an excellent job in this game. And you're see he's going to fight over this screen well, just refuses to be stuck on screens, get skinny. I mean, he's like right back in here to contest this shot. Again, hard contest and another air ball. And this, I think, really highlights his good off-ball communication. So you're going to see his assignment's going to kind of come across here, the free throw line. This player's going to flare out here towards the wing. And Bub and Leggett, Bub's going to communicate this out. So he sees these two players coming together. Hey, Pitt, actually, I'm going to highlight this a little bit later, kind of did this like split action type of thing, although not a post entry. But, this pass goes in here, and then this player is going to screen away for the next closest player. They recognize this. Bub calls it out, so Leggett is going to switch here. Bub is going to take Leggett's assignment, and no harm. And then you're also going to see, Bub is just going to hang in here for one extra beat, because if this player who is now trying to cut to the rim, he wants to be able to meet this player here. And I just think that's such good instincts that Bub understands, hey, I'm just not going to glue myself here. I'm still going to understand where the ball is. And just hung in there a little bit of an extra beat, and then now he recognizes, hey, okay, so now I'm going to go up on my man. Again, this I think is very impressive too, and this is probably not something you see a lot, but, this could easily be a situation where if Carrington hugs too close that, like, he accidentally screens Hinson, but he allows this to be enough space here so Hinson can come through. That's something you definitely expect from bigs, especially in ball screen situations, but for, like, an off-ball defensive understanding here to Bub to say, hey, I gotta let Hinson come through here seamlessly, I mean, this is really good attention to detail for an extremely young player. And so because he allows that to happen, now this player cannot receive this pass off this cut, leaving Lowe pretty much in danger here to have this be an easy conversion. Hinson's right on his hip. And then we know the on-ball defense that Bub provides. He closes out, going to continue to go stride for stride, meets him at the basket, ends up getting a block and the rebound. So, again, I know that Bub is going to be an NBA player, right? We should all pretty much know that. And his shot has come and gone, but his ability to consistently lock in and defend has been great the entire year. And if you're watching more tape, and as more NBA teams continue to watch tape on this kid, I think they're going to see, like, hey, if we put this guy on a regiment where he's just constantly shooting, he has such a good shot-making feel, he's got great size for the position, he's profiling upwards as a playmaker in general, he works well on the ball, he works well off the ball. But when they see this commitment to defense, and I know people don't think that, guys defend well in the NBA, but Bub understands a couple different things. One, he's really good at the point of attack, but also he's a very good team defender, and team defense is more important than individual defense at the next level, just because, how good guys are offensively and how the schemes that they draw up. So Bub's already very advanced here, and to me, this gives him an extremely high floor, and, there's certain developmental situations that you can get into at the very end of the first round, or kind of like, that late lottery into the end of the first round, where, you're just trying to look to add some depth. You're trying to look at a rotation player. And Bub certainly can fill that void and then also have the upside to maybe be an NBA starter here in the not too distant future. So really good job from Bub. Obviously the shot making and the playmaking was very impressive, but I also think his defense really stood out to me and wanted to break it down here for you guys.